What's going on, guys? So I am out here at the fifth wheel, and I'm actually going to be doing a video today on installing some items that were actually recommended to me by some of you all. So, you know, I often get really great ideas from the comment sections in my videos, and I think one of the ideas that really stood out was after the video I posted on the little pest repellent thing that I have inside of the RV that flashes and makes kind of a weird noise. It seemed to be the best of what was available that does that type of ultrasonic noise pest deterrent. You know, they have all the other ones that you just plug into an outlet, and for the most part, I don't think those work. But this specific one actually makes kind of a crackling noise, a high-pitched noise. You can actually hear it. And it also flashes multiple strobe lights. So if anything is likely to deter maybe a nocturnal creature, maybe a bug or an insect, I kind of feel that would be the one to do it. Anyways, in that video, some folks recommended doing something kind of cool. And I didn't really think about it at the time, but it all makes sense. So I'm going to do what folks recommended for me to do in that video. So hang tight. I'll be right back. All right, so what you were looking at in front of you is a bunch of solar spotlights. I have two different types. This one right here is kind of interesting. Let me see how I can open this box, because it is a system that I've already tested before at our other house. So basically, this system is a solar panel which comes with two of these little lights. Everything here is pretty much aluminum, and it is all, you know, relatively high quality. These right here are plastic though. But the purpose of these lights are going to be to add some ground illumination underneath the fifth wheel. So, you know, when you think of the types of rodents that can get into your RV, most of them are pretty nocturnal, right? They don't show themselves very often in the daytime. And the challenge at night, of course, is how do you keep them from coming to your RV or getting into it? And a lot of folks actually commented and said lighting. Lighting is probably one of the best ways of keeping rodents away because, again, they are nighttime creatures and they mainly come out at night. So I bought that specific solar setup when I know I could have probably tied into the system up here, but I wanted something that was kind of standalone. I wanted something that didn't rely exclusively on power being out here at my power pedestal, because if I lose power out here, then of course the lighting's not going to work. And with solar technology kind of advancing as much as it has, especially in the area of landscape lighting, these will probably provide the right amount of light, I hope. Of course, only part of this video I can shoot right now because it's daytime and it's actually really cloudy, so I hope the solar panel gets as much light as it needs to really provide the type of illumination that I might need underneath the RV at night when I come out here and check it. So what I'm going to really do is put most of the lighting on that side, mainly because this is my runway area. This is the area that I kind of bring the RV into and back up whenever we get back from a trip. And I don't want to have to worry about running over a light, just like I guess have to worry about running over solar panels. Yeah, I'm going to put one right here, and then the other one's going to go probably right around here. And the solar panel will probably hang somewhere in this area, or it might just be on the ground because the sun's right here right now and it pretty much casts light more than half of the day right here. So if I put the panel like right here, or maybe even right on the edge right here, that way if I mow the grass through here, I don't take the chance of running over it. It should get the light I need to charge the battery up so I can get some decent lighting out here. And I bought a bunch of other spotlights. So let's go ahead and get everything set up right here to show you what I'm going to be using. And if this is stuff you may be interested in, I'll put links in the description of this video so you know what products I got. And specifically, I went with these because I've used them before and they work pretty well. They're really bright. I hate buying solar-powered lights locally at like Lowe's or Home Depot or any of the other places like Target that sell them, because they just aren't that great. They are super, super cheap. They don't last very long. They're not very bright. And there's just all sorts of reasons why I don't like them. So this setup should work pretty well for me. Okay, so you'll probably be able to tell pretty quickly why I like this setup. First of all, the solar panel feels a lot higher quality than most solar panels you typically see that come with these setups. It's not lightweight. It feels heavy. It feels bulky. It's got the batteries in it, on-off switch on the back. The lights themselves, again, they're aluminum housings, and they feel like they're pretty high quality, to be honest with you. Better than just about anything that I've purchased at Lowe's or Home Depot. These little pegs right here, they come with a little thumb screw, so you can just simply put it on the bottom and then screw the top into it like that, and you know, you're all set, so you don't have to work a tiny little screw inside there. It's actually pretty convenient. And then there's 16.4 feet of cable to run from the satellite, and the two lights daisy chain. So a lot of times you look at these lights and they're about 9-foot cables each, but each cable has to run back to the solar panel, which means that the solar panel has to be placed right in the center, and then you have to basically extend these out where you want them to go. Whereas in the case of this setup, I can actually position the solar panel closer to the back of the RV and then run one of these at about 9 feet and then move 9 feet forward and run this one, and it's going to give me roughly 20 feet-ish of space between the two lights without having to put the solar panel in between them. If you're wondering why I have a whole package of HDMI cables, that's a future video. But yeah, this right here is going to be pretty cool. It's going to give me, again, the lighting I need to be able to hopefully illuminate the bottom of the RV at night and detract some pests and rodents from possibly hiding underneath my RV. The only thing I've ever actually seen out here under the RV is rabbits, lots of rabbits. But I've never actually seen any rats or mice under there, but I'm pretty sure they're probably under there. I'm just not picking them up, or the cameras aren't catching them because they're too small. I don't know if this is going to work. I don't know if it's going to be enough light, but we'll find out. You know, we're going to see how this works, and if it does provide enough light, then we're good. If it doesn't, I have these InnoGear warm white solar spotlights. It's a 4-pack. Again, I've used these before. They work really well. They're super bright compared to most of them that I've seen. These have the solar panel on top, so I can kind of put these right where I want them. If I don't like the way these work, I can always get another one of these, and I can just have 2 solar panels out there and put the lights where I need them. But again, this is a relatively low-cost endeavor to see how it works. And you know, if all of this fails, I can always repurpose these somewhere around the property, and I can tie into the system up here and put some lights underneath it that are connected to power. So I got a lot of options, and that's kind of the point of this, is that, you know, if one solution doesn't work, or if it doesn't work that well, I always have other solutions I could try. So let's get all this stuff assembled, laid out, and we'll show you where we're going to place this stuff. Okay, so I have everything set up here. I have this one pointed underneath, and this is that standalone unit. I have them turned on their high setting. They have a off, low, and high. That one's on high. Here's a panel right here. You can see the cord running over here to this light. I think I got a bunny or something back here because I keep hearing noise. I don't know. And then I got another one right here pointing under here, and then I have this one pointing towards the front, and this one's also on high. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if this works. These things are tiny, but they throw out a ton of light. And I've had one of these setups over at the house shoot for probably 4 years, and it still is just as bright as the ones that I've plugged into the actual transformer over there. So pretty happy. This one will cast a light across the front right here. This one is kind of the midsection right here, and these are all flood beams, so they're not really spotlights, which is nice. I could probably rotate this one a little bit further that way. And then I have this one back here pointing kind of around the axles, the back landing gear, or the auto leveling leg. And then this one right here is pointing out the back area. So we'll see how this works. You know, I don't know if this is enough light or if it's going to work well enough. Those of you who left the comments suggesting I do this, let me know what you think. Do you think this is going to be adequate, or do I need to put more lighting around? Should I put, you know, one really, really bright light at the back here and just kind of flood the whole bottom side with light, or maybe one at the back and one at the front? And, you know, do you think the solar lights will be strong enough? You know, they probably won't be, but we'll see. You know, it's a low-cost endeavor to do all this. I think, you know, everything, all of the solar lights, the package, everything was well under $100, and I have 2 more lights that I get to reuse somewhere else on the property, which I wanted, so I'm going to use 2 more of these, not this setup right here. But we'll definitely see how it works. I'll come out here when it gets dark so I can give you a better evaluation on if this is actually going to provide enough light. And if it doesn't, like I said, I still have my landscaping light set up over here, and I could easily connect another light to it, maybe a 20-watt LED, and have that thing just flooding the whole bottom side with light, because that may be more effective. And again, just being able to point it from here all the way to the end would work, and I have access to the system right here, so I don't have to, you know, bring any other power out. The only challenge I'd have at that point is, in the event of a power loss, the lighting will go out. And if the power loss is extended, then, you know, there's a chance for something getting under there. But again, I go inside of my RV quite often. I'm usually inside of it at least probably 4 times a week, just being able to do different things in there, plus the video content and stuff that I put out on it. So I don't necessarily anticipate I'm gonna have any issues whatsoever with rodents, but if I do, you know, I'll kind of document what happens and if any of this stuff appears to work. Okay, so we're out here at the RV now at night, just to show you how bright these lights are, because I told you I would come back out here to do it. These are the solar powered lights. Yeah, these are significantly brighter than the ones that pair up to connect to the one solar panel. This is one of them. It's pretty illuminated under there now. I have this light here as well, which is really, really bright. And I got this one, and then I got one more back here. And again, they do a pretty decent job lighting up the bottom of the RV. You can see how bright that one is shining up against the wheels over there. But yeah, and then this area is nice and bright now too, so I can walk by, and it's not creating much light pollution because it's all pretty much on the ground. And the one light that I need to change out is going to be this one up here, which is facing right at this wall. So, yep, I'm pretty glad I did that. We're gonna see if it helps. Cool thing is all these cameras I have mounted up here actually let me see all the bunnies and stuff that come around at night. But yeah, now we actually have the bottom lit up pretty well, so we'll be able to hopefully deter some pests, rodents, whatever doesn't like light from getting underneath the RV. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this little short video on lighting. I'll put a link in the description of this video if this is something you may be interested in doing on your RV. Again, big shout out to the folks who left comments in the comment section about doing all of this. You know, I appreciate it, and I'm always reading the comments, so if you guys have suggestions on ideas, you know, you guys are out there RVing in different areas as well, so you have the opportunity to see what works for you and your family. And this may work for me. It may even just be a little bit more of a deterrent. Maybe that's all I'm looking for, right? It's not understanding that there isn't some, you know, daring rat or mouse that's going to try to crawl under there regardless of how much light you flood in there. But if this deters just a few of them, well, that's a good thing. So we'll see, and I will let you guys know. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.